There is something nobody tells you about the life you have been trying to build. Not your parents, not your teachers, not the motivational voices you have listened to at 2 in the morning when the anxiety wouldn't let you sleep. They all told you to try harder, want smarter, plan better. But none of them told you this, that the very intensity of your trying might be the invisible wall standing between you and everything you want. You have felt it, haven't you? That strange exhaustion that has nothing to do with how much you slept. That feeling of running fast and going nowhere, of doing everything right and still feeling like something essential is just out of reach. Welcome to mindfulness. What you are about to hear is older than any advice you have ever been given and more quietly powerful than anything you have ever tried. It is the Buddhist understanding of how life actually moves, and once you see it, the struggle that has been following you begins to lose its grip. What you have been reaching for has been reaching back for you all along. Today, you will finally feel it. 1. The exhaustion of forcing. You already know what it feels like to force things, to grip something so tightly that your hands shake, to chase a dream so hard that you forget why you wanted it in the first place. There's a particular kind of exhaustion that comes not from working hard, but from resisting the natural current of life. It doesn't feel like physical tiredness. It feels like something deeper, a heaviness in the chest, a quiet voice underneath all the effort that keeps asking, why isn't this working yet? Buddhism has a word that lives close to this experience: dukkha. It is often translated as suffering, but a more honest translation is unsatisfactoriness, the feeling that something is always slightly off, that you are always one step away from where you need to be. And the Buddha pointed to something remarkable about this feeling. Most of it is not caused by life itself. It is caused by our resistance to life. Think about the last time you were in a river. If you fought the current, you exhausted yourself and moved nowhere. But if you found the current and moved with it, something effortless happened. You didn't stop swimming, you just stopped fighting the water. This is what most people misunderstand about letting the universe move through you. They think it means passivity, giving up, sitting on a cushion and waiting for things to fall from the sky. But that's not it at all. The Buddhist monks who understood this most deeply were also some of the most intentional, disciplined, and active people in history. They weren't passive, they were aligned. The exhaustion you feel right now is important information. It is life telling you that the approach you've been using is not working. Not because you're not enough, not because you don't deserve what you want, but because you've been trying to carry something that was never meant to be carried alone. The universe is not your obstacle, it is your partner, and it has been waiting for you to stop fighting it so the two of you can finally begin. 2. What the universe actually is. Before we go further, let's be honest about something. The word universe gets used a lot, in ways that can feel vague or even a little hollow. So let's bring it closer to something real, something you can actually feel. In Buddhist teaching, there is no separation between you and the world around you. This isn't poetry. It's a description of reality that modern physics has slowly been catching up to for 100 years. The same energy that moves through oceans and forests and galaxies moves through you. You are not a separate thing trying to navigate the world. You are an expression of the world, looking at itself. The Zen tradition calls this Indra's net. Imagine a vast net stretching across all of existence, and at every intersection of that net there is a jewel, and every jewel reflects every other jewel, infinitely. What you do ripples outward. What shifts inside you shifts everything around you. You are not small, you are connected to everything. When Buddhists speak of the universe moving through you, they mean this. That when you release the tight grip of the ego's agenda, when you stop insisting that life must look exactly the way you've decided it should, a deeper intelligence begins to move through your decisions, your words, your timing. Not a foreign intelligence, your own, the one that was always there beneath the noise. This is why certain things in your life have worked out in ways you never could have planned. Not because of luck, but because in those moments you were open, you weren't forcing, you were present. And in that presence you became a clear channel for something larger than your current thinking. The universe isn't somewhere else. It's the ground you're standing on right now, and it has never stopped trying to move through you. You've simply been in the way. 3. The illusion of control. There is something almost painful about the need to control, because it comes from love. You want to control outcomes because you care deeply about them. You want to control how people see you because you've been hurt before. You want to control the future because the present feels uncertain and your mind tells you that certainty equals safety. But here is what the Buddhist wisdom tradition has known for thousands of years. Control is an illusion, and the pursuit of it is the source of more suffering than almost anything else in human life. The Buddha taught impermanence as one of the 3 fundamental truths of existence. Anicca, everything changes. Everything. The people you love, the circumstances you're in, the version of yourself reading these words right now. All of it is in constant motion. And when you try to freeze any of it, when you try to hold it still and make it permanent, you create suffering. Because you are fighting the most fundamental law of existence. Now here's what's interesting. The things you most want in life, love, purpose, peace, abundance, they are not static things. They are not objects you can grab and hold. They are states of flow. And flow, by definition, cannot be forced. It can only be allowed. Think about a person you know who seems to have things come easily to them, who seems to be in the right place at the right time, who doesn't seem to be desperately chasing anything, yet somehow keeps finding exactly what they need. That person has not discovered a trick. They have simply made peace with uncertainty. They trust the process, not because they know how it will end, but because they have experienced what happens when they stop fighting it. Control says, I must make this happen my way. Surrender says, I will move with full intention and trust the direction. One creates friction, the other creates flow. And flow is where everything you want is already waiting. 4. Surrender is not weakness. Let's address something directly, because your mind may be pushing back right now. Surrender sounds like giving up. It sounds like weakness, like something people say when they've run out of options and need a story to make themselves feel better about failing. That's not what this is. And if you've ever confused spiritual surrender with passive resignation, this part is for you. The Sanskrit word for this kind of surrender is Ishvara Pranidhana. It appears in ancient yogic texts, and it means something closer to offering your actions to something greater than yourself, not abandoning your actions, offering them. There is a profound difference between those two things. A farmer who surrenders to the seasons doesn't stop farming. He plants at the right time, tends the soil with care, removes what doesn't belong, and then releases his grip on the harvest. He does everything within his power, and then he trusts. That trust is not weakness. It is the final and most important part of his work. The monk who surrenders to the present moment doesn't stop thinking or deciding or moving through the world. He simply stops carrying the weight of outcomes that haven't happened yet. He acts completely, and then he lets go completely. And in that letting go, something extraordinary often happens. The outcome arrives in a form better than the one he had planned. Here is what nobody tells you about surrender. It requires more courage than control. Control is the mind's way of protecting itself from the fear of the unknown. Surrender asks you to walk directly into that unknown with open hands, to say, I have done what I can do. I trust what I cannot see. That is not weakness. That is one of the most powerful positions a human being can stand in. The life you want is not behind a wall you need to break through. It's behind a door you need to stop pushing against and simply allow to open. Surrender is not the end of your effort. It is the moment your effort finally becomes effective. 5. How resistance blocks what you want. Imagine holding a seed so tightly in your fist that no light can reach it, no water can touch it, no soil can receive it. You want the seed to grow. You think about it constantly. You worry about whether it will grow. You make plans for when it grows. But your grip is the very thing preventing it from becoming what it's meant to be. This is what resistance does to the things you want most. In Buddhist philosophy, attachment and aversion are two sides of the same coin. Attachment is clinging to what you want. Aversion is pushing away what you fear, and both of them create the same result. They keep you locked in a relationship with an outcome rather than in a relationship with life itself. And life, real life, only moves in the present moment. There's a teaching from the Zen tradition that says the obstacle is the path. Most people read that and think it means struggle is necessary, but it goes deeper than that. It means the very place where you feel the most resistance is the place where the most transformation is available. Your resistance is not random. It is pointing directly at the belief that is keeping you stuck. When you find yourself pushing hard against something, when you feel that tightness, that desperate need for a specific outcome, pause. Not to give up, but to ask honestly, what am I afraid will happen if this doesn't work out the way I've decided it must? Because underneath every act of resistance is a fear. And underneath every fear is a belief that you are not safe without this specific outcome. But here is the truth that Buddhist wisdom returns to again and again. You are already whole, not when you get the relationship, the career, the recognition, the life you've been planning. Now, in this moment, with everything uncertain and unresolved, you are already complete. And when you begin to feel that, even slightly, the resistance starts to soften. And the moment resistance softens, things begin to move. The universe has never been withholding from you. It has simply been waiting for you to open your hands. 6. The practice of becoming a clear channel. Everything we've talked about so far points to one thing: becoming someone through whom life can move freely. In Buddhist language, this is sometimes called emptiness, but not emptiness as in nothing. Emptiness as in spaciousness. as in the kind of inner quiet that allows something true to come through. Think of a flute. It makes music not because of what it contains, but because of the space within it. The breath moves through the emptiness and something beautiful is created. You are not so different. When you are full of fear, full of agendas, full of the mind's constant noise, there is no space for anything new to enter. But when you create inner stillness, even briefly, life begins to play its music through you. So how do you become that clear channel? Not through perfection, not through years of isolated meditation on a mountaintop, through small, consistent, honest practices woven into the fabric of your ordinary days. The first practice is presence. Before you check your phone in the morning, before the mind launches into its daily agenda, take 3 slow breaths and ask yourself simply, what is actually here right now? Not what might happen, not what didn't happen yesterday. What is actually present in this moment? This single habit, practiced daily, begins to shift your center of gravity from future anxiety to present awareness. And presence is the only place where the universe can actually reach you. The second practice is honest releasing. At the end of each day, sit quietly and ask yourself what you are still holding that you need to let go of. Not in a forced way, just in acknowledgement. I notice I am still gripping this. I am willing to release it. You don't have to feel the release immediately. The willingness is enough to begin the process. The third practice is intentional trust. Choose one area of your life where you have been forcing and make a conscious decision to act with full effort and then release the outcome. Not once, every day. Act, then release. Plant the seed, then trust the soil. These are not complicated practices, but they are honest ones, and honesty is the beginning of every real transformation. 7. When you stop chasing, life starts meeting you. There is a moment that many people describe when their life finally began to change. And what's remarkable is that almost none of them describe it as the moment they tried harder. They describe it as the moment they stopped. Not stopped caring, not stopped moving, but stopped the frantic, anxious, desperate quality of their pursuit. And in that stopping, something shifted so profoundly that they still struggle to find words for it years later. This is not coincidence. This is one of the most consistently reported experiences across every contemplative tradition on earth. The Taoists call it Wu Wei, effortless action. The Buddhists point to it in the teaching of non-attachment. The Christian mystics called it grace. The language is different, but they are all describing the same phenomenon. When you release the desperate grip on how your life must look, life itself begins to organize around your deepest intentions in ways your thinking mind never could have engineered. And here is why this happens. When you are in a state of anxious chasing, your entire system, your mind, your body, your energy is broadcasting one signal: lack. I don't have this yet. I am not there yet. Something is missing. And life, which responds to the frequency you are living in, reflects that signal back to you. More lack, more distance, more of the feeling that what you want is always just out of reach. But when you shift into a state of trust, not blind optimism, not pretending everything is fine, but genuine, grounded trust in the process of your own unfolding, the signal changes. You begin broadcasting something different: wholeness, openness, readiness. And what you attract begins to match that. Not because of magic, because of the very real way that your inner state shapes your perception, your decisions, your conversations, your timing, and the opportunities you are even able to recognize. Think about this practically. When you are desperate for a relationship, you make choices from fear. You settle, you perform, you ignore red flags because the alternative feels unbearable. But when you are genuinely at peace with where you are, you make choices from clarity. You recognize the right person more easily because you are not distorted by need. The same is true for every area of life. Career, creativity, healing, abundance. The quality of what comes to you is inseparable from the inner state you are living in when it arrives. There is a beautiful teaching attributed to the Buddha that says, when the student is ready, the teacher appears. Most people focus on the teacher in that teaching, but the real wisdom is in the word ready. Readiness is not about having everything figured out. It is about having created enough inner space that you can actually receive what is being offered. The universe has been sending you teachers, opportunities, openings, and signs for a long time. The question was never whether they were there. The question was whether you were open enough to see them. So what does it look like when you stop chasing and start receiving? It looks quieter than you might expect. It looks like waking up and feeling for the first time in a long time that today you don't need to fix everything. It looks like a conversation that opens a door you weren't even looking for. It looks like an idea arriving not from frantic brainstorming, but from a quiet morning when your mind finally had space to breathe. It looks like things clicking into place with an ease that makes you wonder why you spent so long making everything so hard. This is not a fantasy. This is what becomes available when you are no longer in the way of your own life. And the beautiful irony is that the moment you truly stop needing things to be different from how they are, they begin to change. Not always immediately, not always in the way you expect, but always in the direction of your deepest truth. 8. Living as the universe, not against it. We have come a long way together in this conversation, and now we arrive at the heart of everything. The place where all of this becomes not just something you understand, but something you live. There is a concept in Zen Buddhism called Ichigo Ichi-e. It translates as one time, one meeting. It is the recognition that this moment, this exact configuration of life, will never happen again. The light falling exactly this way, your breath moving exactly like this. These thoughts arising in exactly this order. It has never happened before, and it will never happen again. And in that recognition, something softens, because if this moment is unrepeatable, then it is also irreplaceable. And if it is irreplaceable, then it deserves your full presence, not your distracted, planning, worrying, half-here presence, your full presence. And full presence is the doorway through which the universe moves. Most people are waiting for their real life to begin. They are waiting for the relationship to be resolved, the career to be settled, the anxiety to lift, the circumstances to align before they allow themselves to be fully here. But here is what that waiting actually costs you. It costs you the only thing you ever truly have. This moment, right now. And in losing this moment over and over, you lose the very ground from which everything you want must grow. Buddhism does not ask you to stop wanting things. It asks you to examine the relationship you have with your wanting. There is a version of desire that is clean and clear. A direction, an intention, an inner knowing that points you towards something true. That kind of desire is a gift. It is the universe moving through you, pointing you toward your own growth. But there is another version of desire that is tangled with fear, with lack, with the belief that you are not enough as you are. And that kind of desire, no matter how hard you chase it, will never be satisfied. Because the problem was never the absence of the thing. It was the absence of yourself. Living as the universe means living from your deepest nature rather than from your most frightened thoughts. It means making decisions not from what your anxiety demands, but from what your stillness knows. It means treating each person you encounter as a reflection of the same life that moves through you. It means recognizing that your kindness is not weakness, your patience is not passivity, and your peace is not indifference. They are forms of power so deep that most people never discover them. And practically, in the ordinary texture of your days, it means this. When you feel the grip of anxiety, you breathe and ask, what would trust do here? When you feel the pull to force something, you pause and ask, what would it look like to allow this instead? When you feel disconnected from life, you return to this moment, to your breath, to the sensation of being alive right now, and you remember that the universe is not somewhere else. It is here. It is you, moving, breathing, becoming. The Zen master, Thich Nhat Hanh, wrote that the present moment is the only moment available to us, and it is the door to all moments. That door is always open. It has never been closed. You have simply been standing in front of it, looking elsewhere, searching for something that was always exactly where you are standing. You don't need to become someone else to receive what you want. You don't need to work harder, want less, be more spiritual, or have everything figured out. You simply need to become more honestly, more quietly, more completely yourself. Because that self, your true self, underneath all the noise and the fear and the striving, is already in perfect alignment with everything that is meant for you. The universe is not testing you. It is not withholding from you. It is not waiting for you to earn its cooperation. It is moving through every moment of your life, offering its full intelligence to every step you take. The only question that has ever mattered is this: are you open enough to let it? You came here looking for something, maybe peace, maybe direction, maybe just the quiet reassurance that life can be different from how it has felt lately. And what you found is this: everything you want is not somewhere ahead of you. It is available right here in the quality of your presence, in the openness of your hands, in the trust you are willing to bring to this one unrepeatable moment. The universe has never stopped moving toward you. Come home to yourself and let it find you. If this touched something in you, subscribe and stay close. There is more here for you.